Close it over. Can't close it over.
Recording in progress.
I have it over here. Actually, I'm the one sit here for a minute.
Hey, your call. I can do it on my screen if you want me to.
Why does it sound so low? Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Got to disconnect your audio.
Good. I'll call. I can share it if you need me to.
You
I was
can.
finishing something. I was just finishing something and she was gonna do it because,
Okay, let me send you the login. No, I got it. I got it. It's all right.
Okay, because I can log in on the mine if you need me to.
We're all set. Let's go. Turn right.
This is crazy.
While I'm getting the technology together, if you could, if anyone has any experience in the insurance industry, why don't you go ahead and share? Or just raise your hand and just sort of let us know what company you were with, or if you were considering joining a company, or if you got close to joining a company to decided not to.
At all. So listen, today has been a day. And it has allowed me to go back a little bit because there has been some major accidents that's been happening with you guys are don't why I make it so obvious. but you're not the only one. So I had to go back a little bit. And the way that I did it, I formed something different. So I'm gonna go back a little bit because honestly, tonight I'm gonna be transferring just
Well,
Lost you a little bit, I think. Well, oh, you muted yourself. Well, first, let me give it an introduction. This is the Circle Financial Life Insurance Exam Masterclass. And we're going to be going the way we're going to be going through this material is we're going to be reading questions and then as a group, basically guessing the answers. So it's 7:05. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. This is being recorded, so you can go back and review it at any time. The goal is going to be to create a curriculum where people can log on and view this at any time. So this is sort of the first dry run of it. And it's good enough we won't have to do it again. But the live conversation that we're having, I think, is going to be worthwhile and beneficial. So if there's ever any questions about anything we're talking about, please go ahead and raise your hand as we're talking about it. I don't want it to pass. I want to deal with things right away as we can. So the strategy that we utilize here, everyone can see my screen. Someone just yell yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
So when you sign up for AD Banker, I'll send the information in the chat, and I do need to email it out, but we don't read anything. Okay. The only thing we do is the quizzes. So a blank, so we're just going to jump right into it. If anybody knows this answer, just unmute and yell it out. A blank insurance company is owned by its policy holders. A, mutual, B, reciprocal,
mutual.
mutual. All right. Let's see if that's right. Check the answer. All right, that's right. So a mutual insurance company is owned by its policy holders. What that means is these companies are mutually owned. They're not owned by stock companies, like as in a Wall Street firm. They're not owned by fraternal benefit societies. They're mutually owned by their policyholders. So just think of mutuality policyholders. Okay. This actually is important. So I'm just going to review this quickly because it's a little confusing. So a domestic insurer is an insurer organized under the states of under the laws of a state in which it is placing business. So for example, an insurer organized under the laws of New York is considered domestic to New York.
Yeah, we
Foreign-
can't hear you, Colin.
Oh, you can't hear me? Really? Uh-oh.
Here, speaking.
No, that won't work.
Well, yes, I would.
Oh, you
All I
connect,
have to do is
just connect to the phone.
somebody-
Give me a
Go
second.
ahead and talk now, MC.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
No? Yes. Oh, you it's better
Yes.
now? Okay.
yes,
A foreign insurer. So domestic is established under the states of the law, the state where they are. A foreign insurer is an insurer placing business anywhere within the United States. So foreign is outside of the state, but it's still within the United States. This is a foreign insurance company. And then an alien insurer is one that is outside of the US jurisdiction. So for example, a company in Canada. So this is not really PC, but the way I remember it is an alien insurer is like an illegal alien, somebody who's outside of the United States. So that is not speaking to my political beliefs. I don't believe anyone is illegal, but that's how I remember that question.
You're in the matrix again.
All right, let me, okay, hold on.
if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Yeah, hold on, I'm connecting. Oh, why won't it, host has another meeting in progress, why? Anuket, I'm gonna send you the info if you could read. I'm gonna pass this over to you. Sorry.
Okay,
Can you guys hear me now?
yes,
You can hear me now, okay. Okay. Now let's try to go on. Let me know if you can't hear me. So which of the following is an insurance company that is organized under the laws of a different state within the United States? Foreign, domestic, authorized, or alien?
A.
What did you say? A?
Yeah, A.
A, foreign. Very good, very good. Check the answer. That is correct. Awesome. Patriot Act is an anti-money laundering. We have to verify the identity of each of our customers. So we have to ask for an ID and a social security number. A federal regulation called the blank protects consumer privacy. Fair Credit Reporting Act, Privacy Protection Act, Fraudulent Insurance Act, or Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act.
A,
A.
A or B?
A,
A. All right, let's see if it's A. We got a lot of A's. Correct. There we go. So a federal regulation called the Fair Credit Reporting Act protects consumer privacy. So don't get tripped up by the Privacy Protection Act. The Fair Credit Reporting Act means like yeah, it really deals with the credit bureaus. So that's for consumer protection privacy. So protects consumer privacy. You can see that. Why doesn't? I have no service here. I assume nobody can hear me now.
yes, we can hear you.
Oh, you can. Okay. Well, we're not able to leave this screen, so I guess I'm going to read this. So insurance contract, insurance policy is a legal contract between two parties purchased by the insured and stating that the insurance company promises to make payments for a loss
We
arising
can't
from
see
an.
anything.
Oh.
A call or nothing is showing.
Okay, give me a minute. Ah, this is annoying. Okay, I think I'm back. Am I back?
Go back.
I'm back. All right. Okay, for life insurance, for life and health insurance, insurable interest must exist at the time of loss, application, policy delivery, or application and loss.
Application.
Somebody's been studying.
Today I followed what you said yesterday. I went from this, although I did pretty good, I went till I got 100.
Awesome. See? See you? That is correct answer. The app,
Because
so
I
what we-
was doing it. I went through the whole thing and I didn't find it in the test, but I can't get it. So after yesterday, I did a first chapter, the first two chapters. I fast, but I haven't gotten 100. Because they switch
well,
things
you're
around.
doing great. So what this means is at the time of application, insurable interest means you can't go and take insurance out on somebody like willy-nilly, anybody you want. Insurable interest means there has to be a financial loss to the person who's going to be the beneficiary if that person passes away. So if you have a niece that relies on you financially, then that person would have insurable interest and they could be a beneficiary. But if the niece has no financial ties to you at all and they would have no financial loss, then insurable interest does not exist. Each of the following is an element of a legal contract except indemnity, consideration, agreement, legal purpose.
A,
That's what I think it is too. Let's see if we're right. Correct. All right. So now what we do is we go back and we read this, and now we know that these are the elements of a legal contract. You always got to be careful when they use the word accept. They throw it in there to mess you up. So now we know that there's the consideration part of a legal contract, there's the agreement part of a legal contract, and then there's the legal purpose. So we're going over this now, but as we continue to do these exams, these things are gonna start to kick in, and you'll start to remember them. And then I'll also encourage you to download this software yourself. So we're gonna do this video lesson. Can you hear it?
No.
All right, so no videos today. All right, a warranty is defined as which of the following? Intentional misrepresentation on the application, a false statement in the application, statement in the application that is guaranteed to be true, a substantially true
C.
statement.
C.
C, you think so? Okay, let's see. Correct. All right, good job. Who said that? Was that Dawood?
Yeah, it was.
All right, see, now we got two people studying. Start to study this stuff, it starts to make some sense. Let's do this real quick. Material statements in the application or stipulations in the policy that are guaranteed true in all aspects. So that's, we just learned is a warranty. Material statements in the application, statements on the application that are substantially true or believed to be true to the best of the applicant's knowledge at the time of the application.
Presentation.
Is, what is it, a
Representation.
representation? Is that what do you think it is?
Yes,
Okay. Only one party, the insurer, is legally bound to the contractual obligations. So
Unilateral.
I think that's a contract of adhesion. Sound right? Let's see. Nope.
unilateral. Somebody said unilateral, I agree.
Oh, okay, unilateral, that makes sense. So unilateral, yeah, that makes sense. Only one party, the insured. So uni means one. So that makes sense. Based on the uncertainty of a loss, there will likely be an unequal exchange of consideration by either party. Contract of adhesion, you think? Let's see.
No, I think it's the other one. The first one,
The first
I
aleatory.
kept getting both
contract?
that wrong a lot, so I think it's the first one.
You are
I
right.
think. Right?
Yep, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And then we got, both parties must perform certain duties and follow rules of conduct to make the contract enforceable. That is contract of adhesion. I keep wanting to say adhesion. Let's see. No, okay, what is that? Oh, that has to be a conditional contract.
Mm,
So while you're seeing this for the first time now, yeah, so when you do the exam, this is how you should study yourself. And if you just downloaded the software and did 5, 10, 15 minutes at a time, it would be helpful. I wonder if it'll let us pass quizzes like this. It won't. Oh, it
No, it
will.
won't, it won't,
Oh, it won't.
it won't. Maybe actually did. I think it
Actually, I
it
think it did. Or did it just give us new
No,
questions?
it did. Wow. Press it again and see. Yeah, yeah, now that's the test part, yeah,
So that's the
That's the
test.
test.
yeah.
Okay, so we want to get
Exam.
back to the chapter 1. Oh, these are the chapter 1 tests.
Yeah,
So-
that's the chapter
Okay, yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, I got it. Thank you. So there's going to be 15 questions here, and you've got to get 70% to pass. But what I tell
80.
people,
You gotta get 80 to pass.
80%.
oh, you have to get an 80 to pass.
Percent. Yes.
80%, yeah.
Yeah, well, there we go. So for the most part, the highest authority for insurance regulation is the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, the individual states, the Federal Trade Commission, or the Interstate Commerce Commission.
Individual states.
B.
Which of the following manufacturers and sells insurance coverage in the form of insurance policy or contract?
Carlo, if you don't check it,
It doesn't lock it in if you don't check
Right,
it.
so you gotta check it.
You gotta go
Wait,
back
which-
and check it.
Oh, go back.
Go back and
Oh, I
check
see
it.
what you- oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
'Cause
B
it-
and then check
yeah,
answer.
because I had that problem. No,
Oh, okay,
it's B.
Oh, individual states. Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay.
It's okay. It won't count towards our grade.
That's right. No, that'll be my mistakes. But now we got to get the rest right. Which of the following manufactures and sells insurance coverage in the form of insurance policies or contracts of insurance? Insurance agencies, insurance
D.
agents, applicants, insurance,
D.
insurance companies.
D.
D. There we go.
Told you, I went through this over and over again.
Which of the following would be considered legally competent to enter into a contract? Would be a person deemed mentally incapacitated? No. A person under the influence of drugs or alcohol? No. A 13-year-old honor student? No. A 25-year-old self-employed person? Yes. So they can't be a minor, they can't be mentally incapacitated, and they can't be under the influence of drugs or alcohol. So if you're going to have a seminar and you want people to sign up for insurance, you can't get them all liquored up, but you can feed them good food, which is going to be part of our strategy. Because some people are greedy like me and love to eat. Members of the blank include state and territorial insurance commissioners or regulators.
Hey,
Yeah. A.
National Association of Insurance Commissioners. Okay, let's see. There it is. So we're just remember the NAIC is what is the organization that includes state and territorial insurance commissioners and regulators. So that's the national organization that is over all of the insurance companies. But as we learned earlier, states are the ones that have the primary power. Fraternal insurance companies are owned by its members. Remember, that's mutual. Stockholders, that's a stock company. Policy owners. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry.
A.
Hey, members.
A.
I'm sorry,
Members.
members, of course. So fraternity is like fraternal is like a fraternity. So you have
Right.
members of a fraternity and a sorority. That's how you remember that one.
right. And
Policy
stock-
owners. is
Stock,
the-
stock is stockholders, policies mutual.
Right, exactly.
I'm getting
Now
it.
would the fraternity also refer to like the Lions Club and
Yeah, so
The-
so
the
a Lions
lodges.
Club could open a fraternal insurance company.
okay.
Doesn't mean that they are, but they could. But that would be exactly right. The blank has the power to issue rules and regulations to help enforce insurance laws. NAIC, the commissioner, superintendent, or director, federal
That's the one,
insurance.
B.
B. Wow, see, I would have gotten that one wrong. Great job.
Got it wrong before. Several times.
Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, remember that's the one that protects privacy. Which of the following statements is correct? If an individual is denied coverage, they can request a copy of the report.
That's true.
True. And we
Mhm.
were looking for a true statement. So what I always do is I always read all of them just in case. to confirm that all of these are now wrong. The reporting company can provide confidential information to anyone requesting it. Of course not. The act is designed to protect reporting agencies from the public. Of course not. It's to protect the public from the reporting agencies. The reporting agency has no responsibility to investigate inaccurate information. Of course not. So now we've confirmed that these three are wrong, and now we have the confirmation that this is right, and we're 100% sure it's right, and we are very happy that we know we got a right answer. That's how you need to do this test. You want to immediately eliminate what you think is wrong, immediately identify what you think is right, and then figure out as best you can which ones are right, which ones are wrong. And then if you only have two left, then just guess, go with your gut, move on, and don't change your answer unless you see another question which asks a question in a manner that tells you that your old one was wrong. And sometimes you will get that. An insurer authorized to do business in state A, which has incorporated in state B, is it considered what type of insurer in state A? So I'd like the two people who've been answering not to answer. So this is within the United States, but outside of the state. Is it foreign, stock, alien, or domestic?
Foreign.
Foreign. All right. We have a new voice. Who was that?
Did you check it?
Oh, I thought I did I? No, I didn't. Thank you. Right answer. Great job. Blank refers to the jurisdiction where an insurer was formed or incorporated. Approved, authorized, domicile, admitted.
B.
B.
B. Awesome.
You gotta check it.
No, you gotta check.
Oh my
it.
God, what is wrong with me? See, someone's gonna have to do this next week.
Okay, but see, the jurisdiction, this one I did it several times. It's C.
You said authorized, right?
It's C.
Oh, C, domicile, C, I'm sorry, yes, you got two wrong because I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
And blank is the person or entity that is, so let's just verify, go for that we recognize that the domicile refers to the jurisdiction where an insurer was formed or incorporated. So anytime you get something wrong, you ignore all the other answers and you just read the right answer and you read the question, or you read the question again and then the right answer. So if it's well, anyway, you get it. A blank is the person or entity that is covered by an insurance policy. The producer, the owner, the agency, or the insured. So I'd like someone who hasn't answered yet to answer this one. This is one of those just obvious questions. Some of them they seem obvious, but they're trick questions. This is not a trick question.
Insured.
Insured, there it is.
Mhm.
So the owner is going to be the owner of the policy, is the person who has the authority over the policy. So if you have a parent taking an insurance policy out on a child, the parent is going to be the owner. The child is going to be the insured. The producer is us, the person selling, and the agency is the company that we're working with.
Check
What is
it.
what'd you say?
You didn't check
You
it.
gotta check it to lock
gotta
it in.
check
My
it.
All right, now let me make sure I get it right this time. This is when I always get it wrong. All right, a insured. There we go. What is the correct insurance term for a statement that is guaranteed to be true?
Warranty.
A warranty. There we go. Good job, Nikki.
Answer.
And let me check it. Ah. An organization that transacts insurance only within its own members is a domestic insurer, a fraternal benefit society, insurance guarantee society, or a mutual insurer organization.
B.
B,
Fraternal benefit.
fraternal, that's right. Members means fraternal. Let's check and see if we're right. Great job, Lynn. No. An applicant completes the application and submits it to the insurer along with a premium check. When the applicant's offer When is the applicant's offer considered accepted? When the insurer issues a policy, when the application and previous check arrive at the insurer's home office, upon cashing the premium check, only after the policy owner completes any required medical exams.
A,
A, when the insurer issues a policy. Very good. So the offer is considered accepted when the policy is issued. So what that means is that everything is done and accepted and approved, and it can't really fully be in effect until the policy has been issued. So issued means that they've gone through the whole underwriting process. If they needed a medical exam, that was done. It's not always required, but the insurance company has now said, okay, yes, you are approved. Correct. Dividends issued by stock insurers are paid to directors, policyholders, members, or stockholders. This is one of those also obvious questions.
Stockholders.
What did you say?
Stockholders.
Stockholders. There we go. Let's see if that's right. Very good. Excellent job. Excellent job. The blank branch writes and passes state insurance laws or statutes to protect the insuring public. The executive branch, the legislative branch, the electoral branch, or the judicial branch writes and passes state insurance laws. So now this goes back. Legislative, right?
Executive.
That goes back to elementary school. Nothing to do with insurance. Good job, Jimmy. And I got 2 wrong. So this is going to say we got 13 out of 15, but you guys collectively got 15 out of 15. So we're just going to ignore that. And now we're going to review all questions. And so now we're just going to read these real quick. States have the authority to regulate insurance without interference from federal regulation unless federal law specifically provides otherwise. Only insurers can manufacture and issue insurance policies or contracts. A person who has reached the age of maturity, is not under the influence of drug or alcohol, and is mentally competent can enter into a legally binding contract. The NAIC is made up of all the states and territorial commissioners or regulators. The ownership of fraternal insurance company rests with the members of the fraternal benefit society that owns policies. The chief insurance regulatory official of each state, which may be called the director, superintendent, or commissioner, has the power to issue rules and regulations to help enforce insurance laws. So understand that now pay attention and say that this is within the state. Don't get confused and start thinking about national. NAIC is national. This is state. So federal, has nothing to do with the state. And you know that the Supreme Court has nothing to do with the state. So these titles should help you understand that, okay, well, this is really the only option. So you guess that one. A lot of this exam is just going to be doing educated guesses. With some logic thrown in, and then some of the things that you remember. The FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, is designed to protect the public and requires the reporting agency to investigate disputed information. The applicant has the right to request a copy of the report from the reporting agency. This act protects confidential information. The insurer would be domestic in state B and foreign in state A. So that means if they are authorized to do business in state A, which was incorporated in state B, so they're domestic in B and foreign in A. And then if they had business in, or if the company was in Canada, then they would be alien. Domicile refers to the jurisdiction, either state or country, where an insurer was formed or incorporated. So just to think of domicile like your home, is your home state or country where the insurer was formed or incorporated. Domicile means home. The insured is the person whose life is being used for insurability purposes for a life and or health insurance policy. Go away, notice. Sorry, there we go. Warranties are statements guaranteed to be true. Representations are statements made to the best of one's knowledge. A fraternal benefit society is a nonprofit organization formed solely for the benefit of its members and transacts insurance only for its members. An application accompanied by a premium check is a legal offer. The policy issuance is a legal acceptance. So the offer comes at the point of the application. The issuance is the legal acceptance. In other words, the offer is not accepted until the insurer issues a policy, and the insurer is the insurance company. Stock insurers issue taxable corporate dividends to stockholders. Mutual insurers may issue dividends to policyholders. The legislative branch writes and passes state insurance laws or statutes to protect the insuring public. So now let's grade the exam and add 2 to it. Yay, we got 100%. So I actually got 80%. But I see that whoever's been working on this has, so wait, 83 has gotten an 86 and an 80. So I know who you are, but I'm not going to call you out unless you want me to. I just say congratulations publicly. Great job, whoever's been working on this. So then we're not going to go into chapter 2. I'm going to try to get through one chapter at a time, and then you guys, so this is now chapter 2. So let me stop sharing. Hold on.
Are you gonna be able to catch up to finish in 2 weeks?
Now, this way is good, because when I'm actually in the final thing, and I was just not getting through it. I've done so many, not getting through it. But going back and doing just one chapter, which I
That's the
didn't look,
key. That is the key.
It's a lot better because,
It also takes, you can also work for 15, 20 minutes at a time. You don't have to
Right.
sit there and do these 2-hour exams and annoy yourself every time.
right, because I'm like, how come I'm not getting it? I mean, so I did today. I did well to begin with anyway, but I did it till I got 100%. And,
Oh, wow.
and,
That is awesome.
but that's a lot easier than, but I'm like, how come I'm not remembering it? But 150 questions, I'm just like, I would just get frustrated and just not sinking in. But this, all you guys who sound like I know what I was talking about, because I did it until I got it right.
She's been studying her butt off. She really, really has.
So this is helpful, but yeah, that it's definitely easy to just go back to this one
80 banker.
and until you master that chapter, because and at an exam, at least on the AD bank, it's the same question, exactly the same question. But if you don't get it in your head, if you don't understand it, unless you have a good memory, some people have good memory. Apparently, I don't. So.
So I'm going to send you the AD banker information. It is about $40 to sign up. If you need a scholarship, I might have to raise a couple pennies, but if you need a scholarship for that, do reach out to me. I'm going to open the floor up for any comments or any questions. You can ask questions about this part of it. You can ask questions about Circle Financial. You can ask questions about the company we're contracted with. What's the real potential for making money with, any questions you want. I'll open up the floor. And I know that Daoud, you had some specific questions. If you want to ask them now would be fine.
Well, they're more pertaining to chapter 3, so I'll wait till you get to there.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Any other questions?
Tomorrow is Wednesday and we have a live. We're meeting tomorrow.
So tomorrow, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look into some product information. So we're gonna review what we call the smartphone of insurance, which is an index universal life policy. I will send you a little bit of information about that. Oh, everybody, please send a text right now that says text Circle Financial Representative to 508-960-7357. I'm putting that in the chat right now. I'll also send a text. But this is the best way that I can communicate with you guys. This is the community app. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Let them know whether or not
If,
we're gonna have this class tomorrow.
so this class, this specific class is not going to happen, but I would encourage everybody to come for the product class because you can then start to understand what we really, really do and the power of what we do. And then you can also understand, so hold on just a second. So anyway, let me just confirm my number. I think it's 508-960-7357. Yes. So I just sent that in the text. And somebody, Gose, you said you considered Primerica there. So I want you guys to understand something. The bigger of a team that you have, the more money that you're going to make. So that means the more money you help, the more people you help to make money, the more money you're going to make. So I'm only going to do well if you guys do well. So my success is invested in your success. So I am going to do everything I can to make sure you're successful. So when you have a question, call me, text me. If you have a thought, call me, text me. I don't want you guys to ever hesitate. Oh, Colo's busy. I know he's running around doing 100 things. Let me explain something. Nothing that I'm busy doing is more important than you guys. You guys are the team. You guys are the engine of everything else I'm doing. So you guys are what's important, and you guys are going to break through, and I'm going to answer the phone or get back to you as quickly as possible. Because ultimately you guys are my job, you know. So anyway, any other, oh, and Primerica insurance. I typically, they train us not to talk badly about people. Primerica is trash. It's trash insurance. The company teaches people to buy term and invest the difference. But the reality is very few people actually invest the difference. But the reason why they say that is they make most of their money on the people investing the difference, because they also have people investing money. They're not just focused on the insurance company side. The other thing is they're controlled by Wall Street. So Wall Street hates insurance companies because that takes money out of their pocket. So in other words, if someone's got $1 million in the stock market, the stockbroker is happy. But if they take that $1 million out and put it into an annuity, which is a life insurance type product, then they just lost $1 million. And at 1%, that means they just lost $10,000 worth of income. Some people charge 2, 3, 4%. So that could have lost $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 of income from them because the person learned that insurance was a valuable thing. So you're going to hear people like Susie Orman saying, oh, life insurance sucks. It's bad. Don't ever do it. And there are some reasons and there's some ways in which she's right. But the key with life insurance is you never want to bite off more than you can chew. And with permanent insurance, you want to make sure that you die with it. Period. End of sentence. Whatever you have to do to make sure that permanent insurance you have, you die with it, then you're going to benefit. If you pay for it for a year, pay for it for 3 years, and then stop, then yeah, absolutely, you're going to lose. But that's part of the conversation that we have is I get a budget from people. I try to feel them out to see, okay, can you really afford this? And then I reduce it. I'm not that salesperson, quote unquote, who says, oh, you say you can afford 500. Well, maybe you can really afford 700. Or you say you can afford 25, but what you really need to afford is 50. If you can afford 25, then you can afford 25. If you can afford 100, then we'll probably put you at someplace around 70 or 80. But the most important thing is that people are able to afford this, because if they can't afford it for a complete year, they're going to take money back from you. They're going to take money back from me, and we're not going to be happy. And we're going to go, oh yeah, you know, I pushed that person to pay more, but now I'm really feeling it. I'm really hating it. Any more questions, comments, thoughts? So I encourage everyone to look in the chat and go to adbanker.com/FEG. If you go to that link, it will give you the discount. The cost of the course, I think, is normally $200. But we get it discounted because we have a partnership with them. And let me just tell you a little bit about Freedom Equity Group and why I'm so excited to be working with this company. One, I'm just going to say it because it does matter to me. These are people of faith. And to me, it doesn't really matter what faith they are, you know, but they're people who believe that if you put the right positive things out into the universe, if you put the right things out to God, then you're going to get the right things back to you. And this is part of our ancient science that we had in Africa that we spread throughout the world. And now these people believe in it and they promote it. And, you know, the fact that they do it under the guise of Christianity is fine with me, because they really, really, really care about people. And that's what's important. So this company right now is in the process of actually being sold. And what they're doing is they have what's called an equity share, where when they sell the company, they're going to share the profits with the field. They've already shared $8 million with the field. One person got a bonus check for $2 million, doubling his income for the year. So he made $4 million in the past 12 months. His son made $1.2 million. Their vision, as I keep saying, is small compared to ours. Let me write there. Let me write the mission of Circle Financial. Our mission is to change the culture of money in the Black community. Now, that's our primary focus. But let me also state that as I start speaking more and more, I'm going to start making the race thing less and less. And, you know, I was in a room, I think early this morning, and they were talking about white people this and white people that, and how there's no, you know, basically there was, you know, they weren't exactly saying it, but it was the same old line of white people, you know, all white people are the devil type thing. And I had to say, well, you know, wait, hold on a second. Let me just tell you something. In one of my lowest times, when I was homeless, it was a white guy who said, hey, you know what? I opened up my, it wasn't even a house. It was just his room. I opened up my room to you, and you can sleep on my floor. So for someone to come to me and say, oh, all white people are this, I got to say, no, not all white people, you know. And then I have other evidence about my father. And then I have people that I grew up with in Washington, D.C. that was a very multicultural place. So while my primary focus is, in fact, to help the Black community, you know, I had a coffee this morning with a white friend of mine, and I started telling him about Circle Financial. And I'm like, wait a second, this would be good for him. This would be good for me if it were good for him. Like, like I need to have a Latina division. I need to have a Latino division. I need to have an Asian division. I need to have, you know, I need some Africans within America. Like, we need to have hit every single sector to make sure that every single person is protected. And that's really what it's about. As a reminder, the focus is going to be generational wealth creation, not life insurance. Don't go up to people and say, hey, you know what? Do you need life insurance? Because whether they need it or not, their answer is going to be no, 90% of the time. If you come up to them and say, are you interested in generational wealth creation? Their ears might perk up. and they say, okay. And then when they say, oh, that sounds interesting, say, okay, I am new to this company. I don't want to tell you any wrong information. Let me just get you on the phone with my mentor. What I want you guys to do is to create a list of people that if you were going to have a party today, you would make sure they would be there. You know, your friends, your family, your cousin, your parents, your aunts, you know, your coworkers, the people that you would want at a big party. Like you want everybody to come and have a good time. Like not your 34th birthday party, but maybe your 40th birthday party. Like that size. Write every single person down that you can think of. After you've created that list, email it to me. I'll put my email address in the chat for Circle Financial purposes. My email is okolo@circlefinancial.org. Within the GWAP community, I use okolo@okolo.org. I try to keep some difference for my own sanity, but wherever you send me an email, ultimately I'll see it. But if it's in the right place, it'll be seen when I'm in the right mentality, because I compartmentalize. What else? Any other questions, comments, thoughts? I want to say that I'm just really, really excited about where we are and what we're doing. And if you guys can see yourself as educators, if you guys can see yourself as teachers of teachers, if you can see your guys as servants of the people, if you can see yourself caring about people, if you can see yourself having the highest ethics where you would never do something for your own benefit to make money that's going to hurt one of our clients, because you start messing up and you start doing stuff in the name of Circle Financial, I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm going to be really pissed because I've worked a long time to keep my name clean. So, you know, just if you don't know something, just ask, you know, call me, get me on the phone. Let's figure out what's in the best interest of the client. You know, if you're going to make $100 versus $400, but it's in better interest of the client, then every single time we're going to make $100 every time. Because we're treating these people as we would treat our family because they are family. You are family, you know, because I am my brother's keeper, you know, and not keeper like I'm going to keep him in the cage, but like as a support. It's really, that's really what that's the phrase it should be. I am my brother's supporter. I am my sister's supporter, not keeper. Keeper is actually the wrong phrase. Let's just go and edit the Bible. So supporter is a better phrase for it. But I am my brother and sister supporter. And now the conversation is expanding into all. And I just would like to end with a brief, I guess you would call it prayer. If anybody knows this prayer, feel free to join me. Let me just grab it up. I want to make sure I don't miss any words. But it's called the All Prayer. And it starts, I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. Window up.
Oh, okay.
I'll
do it.
Oh, she took the key.
Oh.
Sorry. All right. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am part of all, and all is part of me. I am one with all, and all is one with me. I can succeed as part of all and fail as an individual. I can be all I wish in all, as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. That's a prayer by my teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. York. So I like this prayer because it's true for everybody, because nobody is separate from all. And when you start getting into things like the Emerald Tablets and the teachings of Tahuti, or also known as Thoth, and you start really digging deep into the philosophy of that, they talk about all. And that's really the best expression of what we would call God. So, you know, sometimes the ancient Egyptians would call it the Neteru, where we get the word nature. So when you really look at nature, nature isn't just what's here on earth. Nature is everything. So nature is all, you know, nature's the sun, the moon, the stars, the galaxies, the universes, everything. So I like this simple prayer because it's non-denominational, it's inclusive of all, and it expresses that we love all. And, you know, that's what we need to lead with. You know, that's what's going to change the paradigm in this country. And one of the ways we're going to do it is, very frankly, through food. So we're going to have seminars where we're going to offer food. We're going to meet with people who we have disagreements with, and we're going to sit down and eat food. We're going to meet with our quote unquote enemies, and we're going to sit down and eat food. And this is how we're going to slowly start to relate and understand to each other. Most of the racism that exists within the United States, I don't know about most of it. A lot of it, besides from the systematic part and the white supremacy that is built into the system, besides that part of it, which is the systemized part, people just don't interact with a lot of people of the other race. Like, you might have somebody from work that you interact with, but like, how many white folks have really, really, really been to a black barbecue? Not a lot. Certainly not a, you know, not a lot of the white folks I know. So when we can get to that point where we can say, oh my gosh, wow, yeah, you know, they're over there playing, you know, a card game. I play card games at our family reunion. Hey, let me see if they know this card game I know. Okay, wow, you guys are playing spades. All right, teach me that. I'm playing blackjack. Oh, you already know how to play that too? Cool, let's go. Like, and this is how we're going to slowly, person by person, family by family, community by community, build the trust and the love back, because ultimately, our issue is world peace is achievable in our lifetime. So fixing poverty, that's part of the process. Getting rid of homelessness, that's part of the process. Getting rid of hunger, that's part of the process. You know, putting the divine feminine in her proper place, that's part of the process. And Circle Financial does these things integrated with a large network of other people and entities. Guapcoin is a major part of it. And as I've said before, many people who have Guapcoin masternodes can take that and those masternode rewards and turn them into life insurance premiums. So that's a more advanced concept that when this course is over, we'll go into a course more deeply about explaining Guap and what that is and how to use Guap as part of this generational wealth creation strategy that we're forming together. But if there's any other questions, I will let the last questions come. Otherwise, we will end just about promptly 1 hour after we started. Well, I just want to say thank you, everybody, and I really appreciate you. Please do text Circle Financial Representative to 508-960-7357. And if there's ever any questions, find me on any social media. The best way to reach me is via one of my text numbers, to text me. I do eventually catch up on all the other things, but I'm just going to be really honest. I'm really busy right now. But text I do see. So thank you all very much. I hope you all have a good evening. And before you go to sleep tonight, before you close your eyes, I want you to think of one thing that you're really, really grateful for. And as you think of that from now till the time you go to sleep, just keep saying, wow, you know, I'm really grateful that I have a house to live in, or I'm really grateful that I had dinner tonight, or I'm really grateful that X, Y, and Z. But don't say something you're grateful that you don't have. Only speak about being grateful for the things you do have that you want to have. So with that, I bid you good night, and I love you all. And please do come tomorrow night at 7. We're not going to do the life insurance masterclass, but we are going to do some product training that is really, really powerful. And this is what the wealthy are utilizing right now. And we got to hurry up and get on that train. So good night, everyone, and peace.
Thank you. Good
Good
night.
night. Peace.
Thank you.
Good night. Thanks.
Good night.
Thank you.
Peace.
Good night.
Wadu.